Hey, welcome back to the show. This is Refine BS Podcast. I'm your host, Dustin Weaver. We've got a great episode today. We're going to talk about attitude, positivity, and then things that you're saying to yourself. So we'll cover those three topics. You know, the whole point of this podcast is for us to get better at everything we're doing, at our relationships, at life, and all the fun stuff, right? Because if you're out there and you're building a business or you're in your career and you're trying to build something special, it's fun. And, you know, there's a saying out there that says, passion may get you started, and motivation may push you over the edge, but it's going to be consistency and discipline along the way that's going to fuel you for the rest of your life. So for me, you know, just one little thing, like I've worked out for the last 25 years of my life, and I always kept that in the back of my head. This is the person that I want to be, and for me to become this person, I've got to do these things, and I've got to do them every single day of my life. And that came down to my nutrition, eating habits, sleeping, my mentality, my stress levels. And I'm not perfect. There are lots of things that I don't do right. I try to keep myself in great shape. I'm reading, I try to read, weekly. It just kind of depends on what I have going on that week. I travel a lot. I've turned my energy addiction, whether it's caffeine, through coffee, cappuccino, espresso. I love Black Rifle coffee, or it is energy drinks. I try to turn the energy drink obsession into at least healthy options. And if you haven't tried Kill Cliff by Joe Rogan and Cameron Hanes, then you're really missing out on something. It's clean energy. It's only 150 milligrams of caffeine, so it's like 2 cups of coffee. Got electrolytes and B vitamins, no added sugar, none of the other stuff that you're going to find in some of the Monsters or some of those other unnatural kind of energy drinks that are out there. So I've been pretty happy with these. I like it. That's a little bit lower caffeine than some of the others that are out there. And again, we're doing a lot every day, right? I'm just going to run you through what a typical Monday looked like for me, which was, up at 5:30. I'm working around the house around 6:30, getting ready for the office. I've got my hydration going, so I'm already in it with cups of water, or there's something my wife started me on the morning routine, which is a type of drink. So I'm getting hydration early, and then I'm going to the coffee, and I'm getting my collagen protein in because we're fasting all the way up till 12, and that has helped my physique a ton over the last 3 or 4 months. Also helped. I had an injury here, and you'll notice that the arm is good. I'm almost 100% back, and a lot of that is because of this discipline of how I'm trying to sleep, how I'm trying to hydrate, and the things that I'm doing every single day to try to keep better, because getting better doesn't just happen by accident. There's a lot of young people out there. They look at, maybe some of these God-given talents that people have, whether it's, an athletic sport, some type of mechanical reasoning in their brain, why they can do math, right? We're just going to stop with that conversation right there. But everybody has these wonderful talents, and people look at others like that just showed up out of God just handed that to them. But no, it was actually a result of things that they did, very small, minute things that led to a huge result over the years. So if you're looking at somebody and you see, man, they've got a great physique, or they've got a great job, or whatever it may be, just remember that no matter what it was, it took years to get to that point, and that they can lose it just as quick as you think that they got it. And I think that's the important part. But although it did take them years to get there. So how you think about your future and the things that you want to accomplish in this life is how far you will go. Let me repeat that. How you think about your future, your talents, and what you can achieve will dictate exactly how far you go in this life. There's a scripture, and I believe it's in Habakkuk in the Bible, and it talks about a man without visions and dreams will surely perish. And I paraphrase that just a little bit, but God is saying that He is going to put a purpose in your life, and you need to strive to find out what that purpose is. And when that vision comes in your mind, and it is something that is healthy, right, that helps others, that's what you need to be pursuing. And you need to be pursuing it like a man on fire, okay? I think we've all seen that show with Denzel Washington, but I've got to tell you, you pursue it like a man on fire, and there will be this burning right here constantly all the time that says, get to work, get to work, get to work. And you'll want to go. Everything you do will be centered around that focus. I was recently with some family, and I want to encourage everyone that I come in contact with to look at my life and put it in this frame that I came from a blue-collar household with my parents separated really young, and they both got remarried. So I shared, a mom and dad across spectrums, right? But that's a household that I grew up in, and my parents worked very hard for the things that they got, and it showed me that hard work's the only way to get there, right? I mean, we always shopped on the sale rack. We weren't getting it unless it was on sale. We couponed as a young family, growing up during the times of the 80s and 90s. There were a lot of great things that I got to witness growing up that I didn't know how important it was to look at this from the perspective. I just thought, this is life. This is what people do. And I think that if you look at my scope, young kid, blue collar, when I got to high school, I had no idea what direction I wanted to go. All I thought about was, hey, I want to go play football somewhere. That was like my dream, was to go play football somewhere. And, I really didn't have the dedication to go make those dreams happen. I needed so much more hustle. And there were times, and I can count back, like when I was in elementary school, I skipped lunches for 3 months and drank 2 cartons of milk instead of eating lunch because I was trying to get stronger so that I could be athlete of the year. So for 3 months I did that. I drank, and I was probably 10 years old, but I drank 2 cartons of milk. Did it help me? No, because I just wasn't that talented. I mean, yeah, I became a little bit better, maybe a little bit faster, but no, I never ultimately hit the goal that I had for myself. So, it was a little bit of a felt goal, right? But that's okay, because as I strived and I became 15, I was running around my neighborhood with ankle weights on, right? On the weekends. But again, I didn't do one more. And that's kind of a saying that's really been interjected in the last 4 years, is do one more. I would get tired and then I would stop. And the sheer fact that I was actually doing this, that I had skipped the lunches and drank the milk, that I had went and ran in the heat with the ankle weights, just the fact I was doing it, I thought that was enough. I thought that was enough to get me to my dreams and my goals. But as I got older, just me trying something new wasn't enough. I needed to throw everything I had into that something new. And as I've learned this as an adult now, I look at things that I want to be a part of, and I know I've got to be 100% in. It can't just be the simple fact that I'm just going to try it, because you'll never be great just trying it. I think you should. I think you should take on new experiences. But if you want to be absolutely great, unrecognizable from the previous person, you've got to throw everything you can into that task. So how you think about your future is what your future will become. And I think that's pretty important for all of us to realize as we're planning ahead of what our future goals are. Another thing I want to talk about is just staying positive, generally staying positive. Better things will happen to you in life if you are staying positive. Take on a new job and have a good attitude, whether you like the job or not. Work with a new boss, right? Whether you like them or not. That really doesn't matter. How you feel about somebody you work with doesn't matter. You need to control what's in here and what's up here and put your very best work out in front of you. I've worked with some pretty tough people to work with, and I've had bosses in my past that were pretty difficult that I didn't like. I didn't like coming into the job. However, I was always a top employee everywhere I went because I gave my very, very best, because it was my product that I was putting on the line for the company. And that mattered. And that needs to matter to everyone. So if you're out there and you're wasting time playing video games because you're not focused and you feel like you're a little lost because you don't know what direction you want to go, then I would say whatever direction you're in right now, maybe have an aha moment. And that aha moment needs to be, how is my fitness? How is my mindset? Am I reading the Bible? Am I reading personal development books? I say anything from Zig Ziglar is an absolute winner. Anything from Zig, I'll repeat that, is an absolute winner. He's got at least 16 or 17 books out there. You could spend the next year reading those books, one book a month, and you would be phenomenally ahead in your mindset if you did that. So I highly recommend Zig Ziglar for any future development. And then the Bible. There are so many great Bible apps out there. I use it's hashtag Bible, and it sends me daily prayers of things to meditate on through the day. And it's so powerful to think about that, because you just get a little dose of positivity and love. And that message, I feel like, is coming from Jesus every time I get it. And it's a reminder that maybe, first, I'm not the only one going through the situation that I'm going through, okay? Secondly, that I'm incredibly blessed just to be here on this earth with these opportunities that I have. And number three is that I get to pass those messages on to friends, family, and coworkers, so that I get to share those inspirational messages every day, because you don't know what people are going through in their lives. And our goal on this show is for us to be a better human being and for us to help others become better as well. But it starts right here. I don't expect somebody else to change if I'm not willing to make the change first. And I think that's an important mindset. We'll end on that. It is so easy to look around at society and say this person's wrong or that person's wrong, especially with everything going on in the media. And a lot of times we look at a situation and we are like, those are some terrible people. We have no idea what they're going through, what their background is. And my thought is that let's give a little bit of grace in our lives, because we don't know what they're going through. And I think that grace, you're filling a bucket, and let's call it the grace bank. You can fill that grace bank up so that when you're struggling with something and you need the grace yourself, you're going to have it. God's grace will always be with you. But I do look at it as if you can make deposits, you helped out John, or you gave an inspiring word to Samantha, or you wrote a nice text message to Sam. That is going to have an impact in their life, and it's going to touch your own heart for the way that you look at people and the things that's going on in the world around us. So there's so many wonderful things. I'm going to end with this. Life is flying by. It is flying by. Every minute that you waste not chasing your dreams, right? with a positive attitude. And I'm not asking anyone to go quit their job if they want to start a coffee shop, right? And I mentioned coffee because I love coffee, but I'm not asking anyone to quit their job. I'm not asking anyone to make a crazy change in their life with the way they look or the way they dress, or, go out and try to do 10,000 push-ups a day. What I'm saying is that there's got to be a fire to move forward at some point. And why not take those action steps today? So here are 3 things that I think would help any person, man or woman, in any situation that they're in. First, have a prayer session. Be grateful for the things in your life and change your perspective. That will help change your perspective. Secondly, work on self-development. If it's an online class that you can take, if it's a mentor that you can hook up with, if it's a new book that you can go grab off of Amazon, and I've got lots of recommendations, make self-development a priority in your life, because when you get better, you make your spouse, your kids, your family, your coworkers, and your friends also better. And that's the beautiful thing about it. And then third, and I know I talked about fitness earlier, but I do think it's important that you need to do something that's physically hard every day. I'm not talking about going to the gym. If you want to go walk out in the sun for 3 miles, go walk out in the sun for 3 miles. If you want to go for a swim, go for a swim. If you want to just carry some weights, you want to do the push-ups, you want to do the air squats, you want to do the rope pulls, whatever you've got, you want to go try to do the pull-ups, just do something physically demanding every single day. And I promise you, those 3 things will lead to tremendous change in your life. So I'm excited for your future. Please comment below, and if you've got any questions or any other recommendations that I can give, I'd love to share them. It's a busy season for our business. I'm hoping to continue the podcast about every 5 to 6, 7 days. I do have a couple of guests that I'm going to try to bring on in the next month or so. So God bless everyone. Keep grinding. Keep shining. Amen. Have a great rest of your week. Thank you. Bye-bye.